I'm Pastor Matt Ingalls, pastor of River Street Church of God. Thanks for visiting our website. I want to take a moment now to show you around our building and give you an idea of what makes us here at River Street, what makes us tick. We're located on the corner of 8th and River Streets in Newburgh, Oregon. That's really our slice of God's big world. It's the place where we find that we have a calling and we have a mission to carry out. It's a place that we really call home. We really believe that essential to being a church is taking your location, taking your place, taking your context, and asking, how can we be like Christ here? How can we make a difference? How can we change things here? How can we be a beacon of the kingdom of God on our corner? That really has a lot to do with loving our neighbors, with asking the questions of what is and who is Christ? What is his kingdom? What does it really look like to serve him? And those are the kind of questions that come, I think, get their best answers, not in a classroom, not studying, not doing tests or things like that. Those are answers that I think are best gathered by serving. And that is why we offer many serving opportunities here. Places to get our hands dirty in the work of the kingdom of God. One of the things that we do is right here in this kitchen behind me is every Wednesday night we offer a simple supper for those who may find themselves hungry that live right around us. In fact, we actually partner with 4 different churches in the Dundee and Newburgh area to make sure that every weeknight there's a free meal being offered so that there's no excuse for somebody to go without dinner in our area. And we see that as a part of our discipleship. And it's not the only thing that we do. We're also involved in Habitat for Humanity, literally building our community one brick at a time, one piece of wood at a time, being the hands and feet of Christ, building our community with his love, with his hands, with his work. We also work with Faith in Action, which is a local organization that works to do different projects for the elderly adults in our community, as well as partnering with Love Inc. from time to time. We find it to be really important to think about all this as a part of being disciples of Christ. And that the church is a place where people are supposed to disciple. At the end of the book of Matthew, we have what's called the Great Commission. That a famous theologian named Dallas Willard once said that the church actually should call it the Great Omission, because we get the part about baptizing and we get the part about evangelism, but the part about now go and teach these people to obey my commands, to be my disciples, we often leave that out. We often miss that. We often have trouble figuring out what does it mean to disciple people. And so River Street, ultimately, our mission and our goal is that everything that we do and everything that we're about and all of our efforts, that they all culminate in and work toward discipleship, toward being people who passionately fall upon the grace of God and live as his followers. That's why on Sunday mornings our sermons are not just about doctrine or about certain types of beliefs. They're about clinging to Christ and asking him, how can I live differently? How can we live differently? How can we be like Christ in our suffering? How can we be like Christ in our darkness, in our sin, in our addictions? How can we be like Christ in our community, in our neighborhood? How can we be like Christ when we celebrate? These are the questions that we ask. These are the things that we find to be important, because ultimately the church is not about songs and it's not about traditions and it's really not about sermons. Ultimately, church is about Jesus and it's about living like him. We hope that you'll take some time on the website to look around, get to know us a little bit better, maybe visit us on a Sunday or a Wednesday night. But no matter what, we hope that you are wrapped up into this grand mission of God, and that we together are working for his kingdom to come and his will to be done here on this earth, even on the corner of 8th and River Streets.